Anything in it, brother. And you.
When Malawi Ford stand up on the podium and tell the people, tell the PNP them say, Mark Golding can't walk in a Andrew Holness shoes no day. She know the reason why she said that. Because she know say Mark Golding not like Andrew Holness personally.
Everyone can see that. Everybody can see that.
See they know, and look here now, no. You see this age where we live in now called AI now. Suppose Marky G go record Andrew voice, like he must say things straight, but Marky G go back now and have somebody go twist around and voice and words and say, oh, him said this and said that. Like him could have voice recorded like somebody secretly recording.
Yeah, but you see, the Prime Minister, I believe now, is privy to first-hand information. And when I say privy to it, it means that the whole country knows about it. That if he actually has a one-on-one meeting with Marky G without someone else present, anything that Marky G does, he would deserve it. Because they're not trustworthy. And I don't believe that the Prime Minister would ever,
Hold on, we're going to read some what happened to the Maroon Treaty if Jamaica become a republic. Now go listen to this.
Okay. All right. Let us look at this carefully, because the Maroon treaties are not just historical, they are legal, cultural, and spiritual documents that still shape Jamaica's identity today. The Maroon Treaty is between the Maroons and the British Crown. In 1738 to 1739, Maroon treaties were signed between the Maroons, Kodjo, Nani, and their followers, and the British colonial government representing the Crown of Jamaica. So, technically, the agreement was not with the Jamaican government, but with the British Crown long before Jamaica became independent in 1962. When Jamaica gained independence in 1962, the new Jamaica Constitution continues under the authority of the British monarch, now the King, represented locally by the Governor General. That means, in theory, the treaties still exist under the same crown that originally signed them. However, over the decades, there have been debate about whether the Jamaican state inherited responsibility for those treaties or whether they remain a matter between the Maroons and the British Crown. If Jamaica becomes a republic, if Jamaica replaced the king with a Jamaican president as head of state, it would sever constitutional ties to the British Crown. That raises a key question. If the Crown is no longer Jamaica's head of state, what happened to treaties made directly with the Crown? There are three main perspectives. The Maroons' view. Maroon leaders believe treaties are international agreements that cannot be broken because they were made directly with the British Crown, not with the government of Jamaica. That is why they keep fighting Jamaican government. They often say, we are not under Jamaica, we are sovereign under the treaty. So even if Jamaica becomes a republic, the Maroons might claim their treaty rights remain in force. So you see, there will be a problem from the Maroons. The legal view from Jamaica's side. Legal experts argue that since Jamaica now governs its own affairs, all territorial and constitutional matters fall under the Jamaican government. So the treaties would fall under Jamaican law once the crown is removed. In that case, the treaties could lose legal effect unless the new republic government recognizes or reaffirm them. The diplomatic view, so there are three views. So the diplomatic view says, some scholars say that since the British Crown still exists and was the original treaty partner, the Maroons could technically still claim a relationship with the Crown, but it would no longer have authority inside Jamaica, making it a symbolic relationship, not a legal one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we run them go to England. Run them out of Jamaica go to England.
That's why Mark Golding draw for them.
But you want to know something? Right now, I believe that as it stands, if the Maroon decided to continue to seek lineage with the British, they would be basically voting against their own interests because Marky G, as they put it, He is actually behaving like he's supporting them, but he's actually encouraging them to fight for something that is of no benefit to them actually.
Right,
You
he's
understand?
using it.
Yeah, he's using them, and
It goes
yeah.
further.
Yo, Squitty,
What
that's
could
a party.
happen?
Well, I know.
Alright, let me finish
Well,
this.
I know.
What could happen in practice when Jamaica becomes a republic, which is being actively discussed now? The government would likely, this is what the government would do, review the historical treaties, possibly acknowledge the Maroons' cultural and ancestral rights, or they may as well negotiate a new constitutional recognition of the Maroon communities, ensuring heritage, autonomy, and land. So whatever Marky G is trying may never work, right? The spiritual and cultural side. For the Maroons, the treaty is not just legal, it is sacred. It represents freedom, land, an ancestral promise. Even if the document lost legal status, its moral and cultural power would live on. Many Maroons say the treaty is written in blood, not ink. So it's very sacred to them. I don't think Andrew would kind of just...
drop one bomb down there.
No, because look here, you look at it, it's still a part of our culture. Yeah, it's still a part of our culture. But if
Yo,
they,
let me tell you this. Hold on, the people. Hold on. The only difference Maroon is from us, you know, is just that them run away, you know, and we stay young.
it's true.
That's all.
Yo,
It's true.
what I know now? You see, this the thing. This the thing too with that whole thing. You see the Maroons, right? I ain't gonna like say like no bash it or nothing like that, but like for instance, everybody who's been cursing and going against Andrew and all that, right? From the whole shit. And I'm gonna use one person for instance. I'm gonna use Put the Hype for instance, right? And I hate to call his name up on your platform, but let me just use him for instance. He say a lot of shit. Right? You see what you happen when you feel me? Like you talk too much. Now you see what's going on with him, right? Not to mark nothing on him or nothing. But have you seen Put the Hype lately?
No.
Like yeah,
Look like he has
I
strokes.
have. Yes.
Right. You see what I'm saying? So that right. Now look what happened. This lady here in North Carolina, right Mango, right? Or y'all say right Mango, right? She said what she said. Where's she at right now?
He's a one by one.
Huh?
One there, sister.
They might come up the hill.
So you see what's going on right now. Like it's a lot of shit. And right now, if you ask me, Marky G is in a tight spot because the Maroons up there in the Copy Mountains or whatever, they burning him out from left to right. You ain't win this election. You didn't meet your end of the bargain on this treaty. That's what's going on. So that's why he's saying, you know what I mean? That's why he's sweating right now.
Yeah, but what could he have done though? I mean, what could he have done in terms of the treaty? Because even if
Uphold.
You know, said this lady,
It's uphold
this
they law.
lady,
Like,
lady
hold on.
talking like, you know, sister, you used to be a comrade or something.
Hold on,
excuse me,
Hold on.
what do you mean by that?
A compatriot.
No. I need you to, Mr. Howard, just give me a second. Big Holmes, that's your name, right? Please, what do you mean by that?
I mean, the questions that you ask is kind of, you know, a little bit questionable.
No, so I'm a very intuitive person. And what that means is that I do not speak on things I do not understand or I don't get. So I will keep questioning it until I get a better understanding. Do you see how we're moving forward with the conversation? Because each time I understand, I get a better understanding of it. And since this is an open discussion, I might ask additional questions. And that is why I speak the way I do. I'm a born laborite. My grandfather, I sit at his feet when I was small with him speaking politics. You know what I'm saying? I grew up. I became a member of Young Jamaica. I was one of the first group who became an executive member of Young Jamaica. That was years ago, in the 90s. Okay, so basically, politics are being a laborer, however you want to look at it. But he have it in for me. Do you see that, Mr. Squiddy? He don't want to hear me speak. No, it's true. Now he's gonna call me a
give me a
comrade.
full understanding. Maybe I'll apologize and take a different approach.
It's just that for me to understand something, that's my process. I like to make sure I understand what I'm hearing, and that's why. Sorry. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Howard. Yes.
Okay, sister. Enough respect.
No problem. No, you're good. You know what? I kind of lost myself there, but whoever else, you know what I mean? I tell you what, Squiddy.
Yeah.
Everyone jump up. After you want to jump up.
Let me say this and move. Are you aware that the Republic of Jamaica that is in the makings can also involve the Maroons in that whole draft? The government, Andrew, can always do that, you know. So it's not as if Marky G is using these Maroons to his benefit. He's probably just lying to them when they don't understand that Jamaica becoming a republic can also incorporate them within the Republic of Jamaica. They can always say the Republic of Jamaica Maroon Accord, and then create a whole aspect where there's, you know, in terms of schooling, their culture, you know.
Yes, and yeah, they hold their land and all of that. Yes.
And I think
remember two different set of Maroon, you know. One of them colonized. One said colonized, who I really think need to pack up and go to England. And the other said can return. The other said can have them like a reservation.
You know one of the things that I have seen too. This person who is representing the Maroon, who is buddying with Marky G. That's another thing that I mean, there's a whole group of people. You know, they have their own society, their own culture that they practice and everything. And then you have this person who is representing them. And a lot of times they're not representing the whole community. They're representing themselves, what they can get off the top. They make decisions that mostly benefit them. And in the end, those people, you know, they may end up, if there's even said that they have put forward a proposal that this is what we would like to be done, they maybe don't even get it. Because
Richard Curry used to work for Mark Golding and Friends. And he used to work for that liquor company. The same liquor company who allegedly, the international liquor company there.
Right.
So they have a history. It's a planting.
Okay. That makes sense.
They're not telling the Maroons the truth. They're right in order to get them on their side, because it's not as if Andrew is going to form Jamaica as a republic and leave the Maroons out of the picture. No.
That one Jamaica, man.
They're not going to do that. And even with the green paper that Bobsy created just the other day, you notice they're incorporating a lot of the things where the Maroons are concerned in terms of
because it's a huge part of our culture. We grew up believing otherwise, because since by talking about the Maroons, I didn't even know that there was two different set of Maroons that there.
Yes.
You know, I didn't know that. I learned that today.
One set of Maroon want a sovereign state inside of Jamaica, you know.
Right.
Yeah, which is the one.
And the government said none of that. The same side that Mark Golding represents. Because the other side support Andrew Holness, you know.
Big Home is that Kodja side, the one that is on Kodja side, right?
Kodja side is the side that want the sovereign state inside Jamaica.
Yeah, we're Curry there.
You are Curry there, yeah.
Kodja, right. And the Nani Treaty, which was 1740.
One of my Portland.
Yeah, well, in that case, then most likely in this draft are in the process moving forward to have an independent republic. The government will have to make provisions for them, because, you know, the Maroons are a huge part of our culture. They have, you know, the history for a long time. Like I said, now I'm learning that some of what we were taught wasn't so, and it was more to it and less to it, you know. So therefore, I believe that they may make provisions for them Not me. I think the government will, because for
Will.
us to lose
Yeah.
that culture would be huge. Yeah,
Look here, sister. Remember the schooling system in Jamaica, you know?
right.
You know, so it's a part of the British monarchy.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Right, so then that's the reason why they exclude certain things from the teaching.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Because when I was in Jamaica, I know everything about not just England but European history. And when I went to America, I saw a picture of the Kennedy's brother and Martin Luther King, and I didn't even know who they were. We knew nothing about it. Was all about the European history.
Yeah, so the Maroon them can get like a reservation like in America here, where the native Indian them have.
Right, and yes,
Right.
they're still part
Yeah.
of the government. Yes, it's gonna be
Right.
like that. Yeah, it's gonna be like that.
I think that's
Yeah.
what Andrew is planning. He's not.
Yeah. No, yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. But in terms of getting a whole independent state where they get to do their own, I don't know about that.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
And knowing that them know that Jamaica is leaving the monarch, they can run back home now. They no need to run away again.
Well, you can't really punish who is there now for their ancestral decision. And back then, none of us were in slavery, so we can't even know what it was like when they made that decision. So we just have to give them grace. And I don't even think it's up to me to even say we have to give them grace, because I don't really think that is even appropriate for me to say, because I always felt like, I always said that if anybody ever go anywhere and you ever come to America, you should go to Washington and go to the African American Museum, because that there teaches you, it humbles you in terms of slavery and what black human being went through during that time period. And therefore, I do not take it lightly, and I am so careful in things that I say as it pertains to slavery. It was a real traumatic time. If you see that shit, you maybe can't even eat or sleep. The way it traumatized you by just looking at the pictures, reading what goes on during that time period. So that's, and then it's a kind of museum where you can even sit and watch documentary about certain things, and it's very treacherous what black people went through in this hemisphere, America, in the Caribbean and all of that. It was very brutal. So as it pertains to slavery, I'm very careful about how I use the word and how I describe. I even use it to make an argument.
Well, you know what? Jamaica have a gift. Jamaica get a gift. Some people don't realize, but Jamaica get a gift. You see, the mere fact that African slaves used to interbreed with their masters in Jamaica,
Right.
that is a gift, because we Jamaican people understand the master and understand the slave.
I could say that. My grandfather was a white man.
Exactly.
And
So was I.
yes, and he loved his. I don't know. He that was a very complex man. I used to feel like the way he was, he maybe felt like he got trapped or get left behind, or the time has changed and he still remain in that space and time. I don't think he was a very happy man. Yeah.
My great granny used to beat my great grandfather. She was a black woman, strong.
Damn.
Beat white boy.
My grandmother, by my mother's side, she was very light colored too. She was cousin to Hugh Shearer. They come from Blenheim. We came from two community over. And in my community where I grew up, we had like around 5 different families lived there. That was it. We were the McIntosh, then there was the Donaldson, the Garden, the Campbell, and the Shearer. That was it. Those were the only people that lived in that small community. Yeah.
Community.
Those were the only, if you were living there, you're related to either one of those families.
Okay.
And all of them, they were, other than I think the men, when they choose a partner, they were all, I would say, light skinned people. That was it.
So you light skin?
I guess I could be considered that, but I don't really promote it.
So you like black guys?
I never dated any other. But this is not about me. So this has nothing to do with skin color. I'm a black woman.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a black woman because the predominant race is black, and my grandmother was an black African woman. Okay, and even though my grandfather was you could consider, you know, he was white, my grandmother was black, and therefore I'm a black woman.
Okay.
That's my race.
Yeah. Race, you ask me?
No, not.
Oh, you're up. Yeah, man. So,
Okay, Mr. Squiddy, you're at your 100.
yeah.
Yeah, but still top.
Most
Still
night we
top.
go 100, innit? Most night we go 100K.
Yeah, you're at 104.6 now.
Yeah, people them top up, man.
Still top up though.
Yeah, man.
Anyway,
So-
gentle people, it was such a pleasure.
Yeah, it was nice having you over here. At first, it's coming up.
No, it's the first time I came up in your box, but I'm always listening to your show. Always.
I will listen.
Yeah,
Okay.
always come and listen to your
Nice
show.
to
And
participate sometime.
this is, but this time I came up because I wanted. I've been listening for a while. Like I said, I was going to different live and listening about the argument about the letter that the Prime Minister wrote
Yeah.
to the opposition, and when I forgot her name, Marcy, I believe her name is, when she read, she was talking about the different constitutional government that was formed after they severed their relationship with England, and how they were able to form government that make them a republic. Yeah, you know, I had some questions, so I decided to come up there, and I appreciate you allow me to, Mr. Big Holmes. You have a lovely night. Okay, Mr. Howard, everyone, thank you for accommodating me. And
To see you around in the panel more often.
I will come again, I promise.
How you pronouncing it?
Macintosh, Norma.
Girlsy.
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 You have a question, J.S. quickly. Remember when you just start out, right?
Yeah.
And it loaded with comrades.
Oh, when we just start.
At what
Can
point
you
you
take me
run
down,
with?
please?
Alright.
Okay, take me down, please.
Alright, thank you.
At what point them run with split?
Show power, but them tell PLI.
Them off, man.
Tell PLI I'm pretty fine out.
After the election get hot, you know, and the man them start threatening and I go on. But you say, alright, you have burn fire power, but I don't know how over here, someone to live up. And the man
Remember
start
caution on them. Remember caution on them, you'd run off already.
yeah, and when them come, we start say, yo, where the facts there? We don't come with the facts.
Don't. Remember, I come on the live and I say, Squiddy, the money where I thought them bring forth evidence.
Yeah,
Them
man.
never have evidence yet. Them never have evidence.
Never.
Brother. And man check all kind of thing and that go on.
Lie. Lie, boss. And all of them say the same thing, you know. Remember script where them a go off of.
You see, that's why I tell you, that's why he's a good horse in a Squiddy.